Alright, in this video we're working on week 3 of Trigger's training. So in this session, Trigger is seeing another dog, Chase, right there against the wall. And this is the first time that they are in close proximity, and they both did really well. Now every once in a while, every dog, and it's no different with Chase and Trigger, they sometimes leave place, they get distracted, and they're both young dogs. Trigger's still a young dog. So sometimes he's a little bit impulsive, and sometimes he'll leave place. And that's not a problem. We just remind him to go back to place. So here we're working on down, verbal down, which is what we always aim for. We don't like to bend over, point at the ground. It has to be on verbal. We say down, the dog has to hit the ground. So adding a little bit of distance, duration, and distraction. We are still using the leashes to make sure that it's done appropriately, and that when we ask them to do it, they do it, and the leash is there to help us ensure that it happens. So here now I'm adding a little bit of extra distraction. I'm using food as a distraction. I'm kind of tempting them a little bit, and mistakes are going to happen. I want mistakes to happen in a controlled environment where we can address it when it happens. That's why I have the leashes, and that's why I'm prepared for them to leave, and if they leave, we address it. So additional distraction there by me tapping on the ground, snapping my fingers, and because they both did well, they both get paid. Now we're working on verbal downs, again without pointing at the ground. A little bit of distance, duration, distraction. I'm out of sight there for a moment. Now another distraction, which is an open gate. Open doors, open gates tend to be big distractions for dogs. Now they do well. Now Trigger here did very well, so he's going to get paid. So I'm using the food not to bribe, but to let them know this is something that gets earned. And free is our release cue. So now additional distraction with food. I'm using the leash. I have the leash in my hand because the last thing I want is for him to get out of the down, eat the food, and then instant gratification, he gets paid for breaking the down, which is why I have the leash, and I'm ready for that to happen. Ideally, when he's at home on a down, we don't do that. But again, we want to do it in a controlled environment so he sees those pictures. Now, additional distraction here with Jax, and he's doing well. And now a little bit of downtime. We do this periodically with Trigger because one of the concerns with him is his home manners. So it's not always just train. There has to be periods of self-regulation for him to know on his own what the appropriate behaviors are. And as we can see, he's doing pretty well here.